Financial institutions have a simple task or a simple mission in transforming the economies to a more sustainable way of working, which is financing the transition, financing the investments required to get to a more sustainable future. And it's really investments. You have to think about it in terms of infrastructure, in terms of pieces of equipment that need to be changed, whether it is in a building, insulation, solar panels, windows, doors, whatever, whether it's in electricity generation, new turbines, new ways of producing electricity, whether it's in transportation, procuring new vehicles, or electrifying transportation systems. It's really about making the necessary investments. And that's why banks are here, to provide the financing to the businesses, but also to private individuals to make that change, make that transition. Apart from the obvious that it's the right thing to do, and we should not, by-go this, it is the right thing to do. We need to be responsible in this way and leave a better future for our children and grandchildren. It is also the right thing to do from an economical perspective. There's two sides to this coin, obviously. First and foremost, energy prices are going up. Prices for emissions, whether through regulation or through actual pricing of emissions, are also going up. So it makes sense for businesses to think about these investments. They make more and more sense economically. By the way, there is no environmental sustainability without economic sustainability. But there's also another aspect to this, which is the risk. Any business in this region, that is whether large or small, whether industrial or service driven, have certain risks in their business. Certain risks that are attached to the climate changing, which we call physical climate risks, or to regulation changing around climate, which are the transitional risks. They need to be aware of this, and they need to think about how they can deal with these risks. They may not be large right now, but if you wait for those necessary changes, those necessary investments until the problems become big, you may face bigger problems. For the Balkan region, but actually we can extend it to the whole of Europe. There is really 4 reasons for banks to focus on sustainability. And those 4 reasons actually then translate into what we need to do. Reason number 1, I already stated, it's the right thing to do. It is the right thing to do. And all the banks have a lot of employees. They have families depending on them. They live and work in communities, and we need to take care of those communities. Number 2, there is increasing regulation, both on a European level, but also on a national level, of banks having to assess the risks in their books about sustainability, to report on it in a structured way, and build plans of contingency to manage these risks. So whether we like it or not, regulation makes banks think about it. Reason number 3 is the investment community. At the end of the day, all banks are run by their investors, whether directly on a capital market or whether through parent companies. But banks need to be able to talk to their investors, and investors are pushing banks to be more cautious of sustainability concerns, both risks and rewards, because they are also subject to regulation. So reason number 4, and we should not be Philistine about this, it's a sizable business opportunity. As I said, the change to a low carbon economy requires investment, and banks are there to finance investment. If we care about it, if we know about it, if we learn about it, we can help our clients better, and we can benefit from financing this transition. Let's think about the transition to low carbon economy in practical terms. We need to change infrastructure, we need to change the way economies work. And obviously, banks, as I said, are here to finance it. But we have to be careful and open about the fact that this needs to be a gradual and a fair transition. What does these 2 aspects mean? Gradual basically means that this will take a long time. substantial pieces of infrastructure, big systems need to be changed. It takes a lot of time. So banks and everyone involved here are in this, it's like a marathon, not a 100-meter dash. So we need to be patient and we need to be methodical about it. And that has an aspect of fairness. But there's also another aspect of fairness. Changing the way economies work will have a fundamental impact on societies. And we need to take that into account, and we need to adjust and adapt, which in a region like the Balkans basically means that we need to have local solutions to the local problems, because climate change and all the other challenges that we face does not have the same impact on people in Montenegro, in Serbia, in Bulgaria, in Hungary, or wherever they may live. Local communities will need to come up with local solutions, and they will need local partners to finance the implementation of those solutions. You know, banks in general are not very popular, but when it comes to comparing normal, so to say normal financial instruments to green instruments, green loans are usually popular because they bring incentives with them. Banks are incentivized to, as we discussed before, to finance the transition. So provide green loans to their clients, and a lot of these incentives can actually be monetized. Now we work very hard at OTP to make sure that these incentives are not offset by additional administrative burdens. So if you are an SME or any other client of ours, and you want something financed that will enable you to achieve your transitional goals, you should expect the same smooth service that OTP provides, irrespective. Actually, what I would rather suggest is not encourage clients to use financial products. I would encourage everyone, whether it's a small local business, whether it's the large corporations, anyone. But even if you're just a person living in a flat or owning a house or thinking about buying a car or anything like this, think about how the world around you is changing and what that means for your business, what that means for your activity. Think about what risks your business faces in the coming 5 to 10 years. If you do that, you're already well on your way. You don't need to wait for governments. You don't need to wait for international agreements, taxonomies, whatever. If you think about this in a structured manner, you will find the necessary steps. And there is a growing economy around all of us, with consultants, accountants, service providers, engineers, and also banks that will help you finding the necessary steps. Let me give you 2 very, very practical examples. Anyone who owns a house or a flat, for that matter, can do something very practical for a more sustainable future. Insulate that house. Very simple. Next step, maybe put some solar panels on the roof, and so on and so on. It does not need to be more complicated. If you need financing for it, banks are here for you. But if you're a business, think about where you get your energy from. Think about the emissions that you generate while providing a service or producing a product, because those emissions will be more and more important, and changing the way you work, the physical way you work, will require time and energy. So think about it early so you are well prepared for the future. So first of all, let me say that it is a great honor for us to receive this prize, especially if you look at the league. The other banks that receive similar prizes are usually big global banks like ING, IFC, Standard Chartered, HSBC, banks like this. This is the first time that OTP received a global award, and we are extremely proud and happy. Now, this is an award for transparency and sustainability. Transparency is a key aspect of ESG or sustainability, because it basically ensures that what we say, the impact that we create in the world, not only the financial impact, but the environmental and social impact that our activity creates in the world, is transparent for all of our investors, all of our employees, all the stakeholders, the general public to see, to understand, and also to see what progress we make towards our goals. Without transparency, there is no transition.